Welcome back to Patio Cooking. You'll notice that we're in the house today. We're doing Nashville hot chicken. We got the buttermilk, we got the chicken. I do not want to fool with that heat or them flies. We're gonna do the prep work in the house and we're gonna do the frying outside. Let's get started. That prep work's important when you start with that chicken, especially when you're trying to make something real good. Hey, we got 2 chicken breasts right here. We got to get all this nasty fat off. That's step 1. Anytime you fooling with these cheap breasts that aren't pre-trimmed, which is every time with me in my house. And I'm just looking for anything that don't look pleasing to the eye, which if you can see right here, you got any blood, hard spots, I'm taking it off. But you do what you want to do. Any big pieces of fat right here, I'm taking it off. I'm just looking all over this thing. Chicken's already a touchy subject in my house for some reason. So every time that I do something, I'm just trying to make it to where there's less gristle, nobody gets a bad bite and it ruins everything. And y'all excuse my child. She's in the living room and she's just excited because we're making this fire Nashville hot chicken today. So anyway, we got this one trimmed up. You can see how on this chicken breast, it's super thick up top and it's super thin down here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna slice it in half, just like that. That's about the size that I'm looking for these Nashville hot chicken breasts. All right, so we're just doing the same with the other one. We already got this thing trimmed up. There might be a little piece right here we need to take off. But you can see this one's thicker than the rest of them. So what I'm gonna do now is just kinda cut it in half. These chicken breasts are still a little too thick for me. But what I do here is I'm gonna get me a little bag, especially on the thicker pieces like this one. Get all this stuff out of the way. And I'm just gonna pound it thin. And what that pounding is gonna do, it's also gonna tenderize this chicken too. And once you get it pounded out, look, you got a bigger piece of chicken breast, more surface area to season, and this thing's gonna be more tender. We'll go ahead and get it in the bowl. We'll get the other 3 pounded down. Then we're gonna show you how we're gonna get these things in a marinade. So we got everything even and tenderized. We got everything sanitized, hands washed. We're ready for the next step. I wanna show y'all these chicken breasts though, how I get them, how I like them when I do these Nashville hot. Just like that. That's about the thickness I'm looking for, but you do what you wanna do. So this is a super easy marinade and you're gonna use this later. So what I like to do is just get a normal thing of buttermilk and then I wanna cover the chicken. Whatever it takes to cover the chicken, that's how much I'm doing. And also to that, take your favorite hot sauce. I like Cholula with this. I think it really gives it a good flavor, especially when we add the sauce later. So anyway, and what I'm gonna do with this is I'm just gonna make this so that the buttermilk has a really dark red tint to it and it's not just all white. I'm just gonna stir it around just like this. And if it has too much white in it and it don't have a good red tint, I'm just gonna add some more hot sauce. And we probably used about a 1/4 cup of hot sauce. And we probably used a little over a cup of buttermilk. I'm gonna let this chicken marinate for a minimum of 2 hours. I would highly suggest 4. Or if you got the time, go overnight. It's not gonna hurt nothing. What this buttermilk's gonna do for this chicken is it's gonna help tenderize it, flavor it. You'll see, you do this is gonna be some of the best Nashville hot chicken you've ever had. Stay with me. All right, so we've let this chicken marinate in the refrigerator now for 4 hours. We've got it pulled out. We're letting it heat up just a little bit. We don't wanna drop this cold chicken in some hot grease and get our grease temps real low. So we're gonna go ahead and get our flour seasoned up so we can get that chicken dredged. First thing I wanna do is start off with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Any kind works as far as I'm concerned. We got 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika going in. 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of pepper, and then we're just gonna give it a good mix. Make sure this stuff is mixed up really good. Nashville hot, this is how you wanna do it. So that looks good enough to me. And if you want to, you can taste this flour and you can kind of see if your seasonings are where you want them. You can do this however you want to. Salt and pepper, garlic, onion powder, whatever you want to do. A lot of people put Cajun seasoning in this and it's really good too. So yeah, that tastes right to me. We're gonna go over here, check this chicken out. And this is real easy. So you don't have to worry about doing eggs or nothing like that because we got that buttermilk mixture. It's gonna be our binder for this flour. So we're just gonna pick this piece up just like this, give it a little shake, and then we're gonna put it in that flour. We're gonna cover it well, and then we're gonna press down in here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm kind of just covering this stuff and I'm pressing this just so that flour sticks really well. I don't dip this twice, I press this in, and look, you'll see, look at that good coating we got right there. That's what you want. Whew, and you can see it sizzling. And then we'll do the rest of our pieces exactly the same. All right, so I'm doing these in batches of 2. I don't want to get my grease temperatures too low. I want to remain at 350 this whole time. And if it gets up a little bit higher, that's okay too. I typically like to take my grease to 365, somewhere in there. That way when I drop these chicken breasts in here, it's gonna drop down to that 345, 350, and then it typically holds steady the whole time. Like I said, once we pull these out, we'll put these in a warmed oven just so they stay crispy through the whole cook. And I'm guessing this is gonna take around 10 to 15 minutes, but we're looking for an internal temperature of 165 Fahrenheit. So we're just gonna be checking these periodically through the cook just to make sure, you know, we got a healthy chicken breast. That chicken's finally done. Y'all see it sitting on the table, but we're not finished just yet. We gotta make that Nashville hot sauce. Let's get started on that. We'll get this chicken out of the way. We'll just set it right over here. And this is something that's super quick to do. In this big bowl, I'm gonna start mixing my ingredients. And y'all should have everything in your counter to do this. So we got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. That is 1 tablespoon of cayenne, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika going in, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, teaspoon of black pepper. Here goes the important part right here. We're just gonna come over to our hot grease. You want it to be hot, and then you're just gonna dump it in there, 1/2 cup. And I know it seems weird, but hey, this sauce is gonna turn out real good. Give it a good stir. If you need to add more, you can. I think we're gonna have to with this. That's what you're looking for, that deep red color. And you can bring this up all levels. It's just however spicy you want it. Add a little more cayenne in it. All right, so we got our sauce made here. Now we gotta build these sandwiches. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I don't really do it that traditional way, like you see most people doing this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead, I got my sauce here. I don't do pickles, I do jalapeno. Got a little of that homemade ranch right here. So we got a brioche bun. We just got it a little crispy. We've had it in the oven for just a little bit. We're gonna take a piece of that chicken. We're gonna take a little bit of this sauce right here. And we're just gonna get it on top of that chicken, just like this. You wanna make sure that this sauce is hot, your chicken's hot, because you don't want a soft crust at the end of all this. So just paint it on, however much you want. And you'll see this sauce will thicken up on you, but it's gonna be okay once you rub it on that chicken. You'll see what I'm talking about. Look, we're gonna put a few of these little jalapenos. We ain't doing the pickles. We're looking for a little spice on this. And then some of this homemade ranch. I don't do mayonnaise. I don't really know why you would with a chicken sandwich like this. And we're just gonna put it over. Not too much, but we're gonna have a little bit. Put it on the bun if you want to, however you need to do it. We're just gonna put all this stuff to the side and give this thing a try. Here it is. That Nashville hot chicken, patio cooking way. Let's give this thing a bite, see if it's any good. Whoop. Man, I got it one more time. Ah, that's serious. Hey, that is what I'm talking about. Y'all give this Nashville chicken recipe that I gotta try. I think that y'all will love this. I know we do in this house, and I highly recommend substituting the mayonnaise for ranch. I mean, it just levels up that Nashville hot chicken. So anyway, if you like what we're doing, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Till next time, thanks for watching.